Tapestry of the cosmos. As you already may know, this new unified theory of the universe relates everything that was, is, and will be. It was not constructed. It was observed in all its glory and magnificence through the very eyes of all our scientific fields throughout history. Many geniuses of their respective fields touched a bit of the tapestry, but they did not see it or catalogued it. They narrowed their vision to fit the narratives of their respective fields of work. This is not trying to say they might not have found it back then. It is rather saying that, to keep in line with their own work and status, they could not enroll in such endeavour because the tapestry itself seems simple to grasp. But what it entails is much more than most people can bear to understand when explained in fabricated terminologies that only people in the same lines of work or scientific fields can relate to. So here, we will explain the tapestry as best as possible, knowing that the ones watching this video will also relate to it and ultimately understand the urgent call for action it demands. The tapestry was created by completing the original Fibonacci sequence up to its 576th sequence number in a straight line of a Google sheet. Below the first line, we multiplied all those original numbers, times 2, times 3, times 4, all the way up to times 9, and this took months of work to achieve. On the original Fibonacci sequence, the 576th place number has 121 digits, so multiplying all these numbers by 2, 3, 4 up to 9 was indeed a great work, only to then use the gematria root reduction principle to make all numbers with more than one digit appear in their rooted version of 1 to 9. For example, 9 times 2 equals 18, and 1 plus 8 equals 9, so the gematria root of 18 is 9. Imagine multiplying a number of 121 digits by 9 and then adding all digits constantly until you get a single digit. Indeed, it's not an easy task, but we still did it. Once all numbers were rooted, a board of 576 by 576 appeared with only digits of 1 to 9. So we colour-coded the numbers, all ones the same, all twos the same, and so on up to number 9. Visually, this gave the full scope of the tapestry, showing very specific patterns that, when understood properly and studied, revealed that the Fibonacci sequence not only explains snail shells and trees branching patterns, but also everything else from microorganisms to gigantic cosmic objects like galaxies, black holes, wormholes, other dimensions of existence as well as time itself. It connects very well-known theories like Tesla's 3-6-9, general relativity, the Big Bang, the Big Crunch, and many others seamlessly because, like stated before, even though they all touched the tapestry, they never looked around it. But we did that too. Tesla's 3-6-9 comes from the tapestry itself, showing the vibration, frequency, energy, and therefore the resonance of our universe and other universes too, thus opening the doors to wireless, limitless, and free energy as Tesla dreamed of. It also shows the shape of the universe to be a toroidal Mobius strip that loops over and over again, never showing us truly its loops because the scale of time applied to its vastness of its space outlasts anything that we can observe today with our advanced but yet young technologies. It shows how Einstein-Rosen bridges, or wormholes, are not really tunnels but multiple spots of resonance that open multiple gates in succession and feel like a tunnel to the observer, cracking how the time to cross those gates is less than the distance they cover, thus creating a time-space gap between any point A and B in either time or space, showing they naturally occur and can also be made to happen. I know what you may be thinking now. Okay then, show us. Truth is, We don't need to show you. All the scientific fields have already found the algorithms, the patterns, the maths, the observations, and completed the necessary tests. They have done it separately instead of converging their studies into a single theory, but they did it. Still, we just used the patterns of nature, like the golden ratio and pi, and then, by using the Fibonacci numbers and their multiples, the true nature of everything emerged. This long explanation has a reason, a call for action. The awakening is waiting and bound to happen sooner rather than later. So we come to you in this form to ask you, what do you truly feel and see around you? Our world is being governed by agents of secrecy, indoctrination and division, keeping us from celebrating our differences and even waging wars with each other because of those differences. Why are some professions locked to the kids of richer families, not the best people for said jobs? Why do insurance companies insure themselves instead of us, and laws make us pay for them if we wish a glimpse of freedom? Why do schools teach and indoctrinate us in a funneling way into a repetitive daily task, closing us in a generational loop? Did any of you learn how to do your taxes at school? Did you go to school to learn useful and meaningful truths, or the selected doctrines picked by the party representatives of the left or right of the current governments? We look at the world and we can't take any more people struggling for food, water, shelter, health and social inclusion. We can't take any more that people are pushed into bad decisions that governments and giant companies use for their own benefits and profit. We can't stand how much bloodshed is happening all around the world due to a fallacious sense of power and control. We believe we, the people, should stop completely. We should all stop serving these old dictator ways and go outside. Go to the doors of parliaments, churches and military facilities and demand truth. Not by causing more destruction or causing more harm, no. That would defeat the purpose entirely. The intent is to stop the money-making machine and stop serving the elite's needs and leave them no choice but to take us all in too. We must come together before it is too late. Soon, some fake ideologies of tribe, pride, flag, money, religion, etc. will make those in power press the button of no return, and once they do, we will all be placed in a hopeless state of total control and obedience to a system we never wanted to begin with. It is time to love all our human brothers and sisters, no matter their race, their religion, their background, their shape, their form, their sexual preferences, their football team, or any other term that incites difference and division. Instead, we should all be celebrating all the cultures as part of humanity and understand we are all humans. Once we achieve unity, we can expand it to all living beings, to other planets, to other galaxies, and become what we were meant to be from the get-go, products of pure love. This call for action is by no means a call for outrage or destruction. It is a call for all of you to reprogram yourselves and your loved ones and take a stand. And if we all do it, we will all benefit from it. We have the tech, the resources, the numbers, and the extensive will for a better future embedded in all of us. Let's not just sit on our chair and wait for a Messiah. We are all Messiahs if we truly choose to be. Martin Luther King had a dream where his kids would play with white kids. What an honourable thought, right? Well, we have a dream too. A dream where all kids, regardless of colour, gender, religion or background, can play together too. In our dream, money does not exist, borders do not exist, fashion becomes an expression of art and science becomes multifaceted. Governments are elected locally and globally through meritocratic contributions to society and focused on the real issues at hand. Instead of politicians, we should have representatives from the scientific areas we collectively see relevant and rotate positions more often to accommodate for what problems we must fix for humanity's benefit. Our schools should not be solely kept in closed spaces ever again. They should be mobile and rotate kids through different cultures. At the same time, we rotate work between countries, allowing everyone to experience and learn what they truly like and want for their own lives. And if people would just like to settle in a place too, that's not a problem. We can accommodate for that too. We should also reduce the amount of products we produce to only the very best, therefore cutting pollution by about 80% and saving the planet for our future generations instead of destroying it every day a little more as we keep doing. We could go on and on and on about ways to fix humanity so that we can finally reach a place where we all progress and thrive together. However, this is not just up to us. We are sending this call for action, trying to do our best to save our wives, husbands, and especially our kids from a world worse than we found it. But we need to come all aboard in truth, forgiveness, kindness, understanding, and true love for our differences. And you may even think this will never work. However, let us also ask, look at the world as it is today. Could our ideas be worse, even if unsuccessful from their starting point? As progress and evolution occur, adjustments will also be needed along the way, but it seems a much better premise than the one we live today. We truly hope for all of you feeling the same way to share this. Don't put a like or subscribe. If you reached this far, you already know money is not the goal here at all. The goal is unity, and we need you to do your part so we can all be part of a greater goal, a common goal, a truly meaningful life with meaningful experiences, and a responsibility to our future generations. Stand up, speak up, and unite in peace and harmony through forgiveness and understanding, even for those controlling society behind the curtains. Don't blame them for playing the hand they were dealt. We are all doing just that too. The tapestry of the cosmos is unfolding the truth, and truth is unity.